Howdy ho everybody, it is Monday and we are back out on another job. Now today I am in a little bit different place. I am up in the Piedmont of North Carolina in a little town called Linden, and I had a guy call me, asked me if I wanted to come up here and do some work, and I kind of told him what the cost would be for the transportation. He said I'm cool with it. And so we're up here doing a mulching job. It's about an hour from my parents' house, so I'm staying over there with them. Oh wait, let me clean the GoPro. There we go, that's better. A little GoPro lens was a little dirty. But job is about an hour from my parents' house, who live up in Apex. So I figured I would just stay with them. But they are actually in Atlanta this week visiting my brother. So I'm at the house by myself. Couldn't have picked a worse one, but at least the weather's nice. So we're out here on a backyard on a beautiful property, and we've got some mulching work to do. So let's take a look at what we got. All right, got the excavator back here, got a little Munch, and so here's the backyard. Beautiful, beautiful property. Probably a couple, I think it's like this whole property is like 3 acres. And it includes some of that wooded area and some of this back here. So what he wants to do is we're gonna clear from this corner here all the way down. There's a fence line there, and then that's a soybean field on the back side. He wants to be able to see that field as best as we can get it. Though I don't know how much we're going to be able to do about some of those gum trees right there, but we may be able to clear some of them. But we're going to take all this down. I don't know about these pear trees. I think he wants those gone too. These are Bradford pears. They're invasive. Most people don't like them, but though some people do. They drop these little, that's why they're called Bradford pears, but these are not edible pears. They're just these little like berries. And then we're going to go down and clear that edge right there, about just maybe 6 feet in or so, just to kind of cut that back so he can maintain it. And then there's a trail back there too, I think, that we're going to clean up, and maybe another one back there that we may clean up as well, depending on the time. And then he's got some relatives that live just down the street down there, and they want maybe some little bit of mulching work done too, so we may go down there and take a look at that, see about that as well. So that's what we're doing. Let's fire up the old girl and get started. just made the turn at the corner back here on the property, and this is moving along quite nicely. I'm just trimming this. If you're looking at the front of the house, this would be the left side. There's a couple of trees down in here we got to grind up. This is moving along quite nicely. Things looking good. Starting to warm up a little bit. It's really nice out this morning. I was hoping it would stay cloudy and cool. It got down to about 45 or so last night. That was nice. I woke up this morning, it felt so good outside. Dusty though, definitely a little on the dusty side. Someone asked what that beeping noise is. So what that is there's a trigger button right here. This is the on off for the constant flow for the mulcher. So on, off, and every time I press that button, it makes a beeping sound, I guess, just to tell me it's on or off. And what that does is when I go to move the head, if there's no flow going to the head, so right now it's off, I can move the functions a lot faster. So when I lift up the pancake a tree, I'll turn it off, and then when I get to the top, I'll turn it back on, and then we'll pancake the tree or whatever I'm doing. So it just helps the machine, makes everything a lot more efficient, helps everything move a little faster. And I gotta see about how we're gonna grind this log. But I think it goes back out this way into the yard, so we got to stay over here this side. I'm going to try to grind this log. Or at least try to get it past this tree. Looks like an old Chinaberry tree, I think. No, I think that's some kind of oak. some kind of oak. I'm not sure which one. All right, I should be able to get that from the other side now. Past this septic field right here and keep this moving along and see what else we can get into for today. Okay, we just got this little walking trail right here cleaned up. It ends right there where I've stopped at that grass. But the owner just wanted me to come down through this little walking trail, clean this up. We cleaned up that other walk, so that's the backyard right on the other side of that brush line, and then we cleaned up that other little walking trail back there as well. Wasn't much to that, but I opened this up down here in this little gully down here. Luckily it was dry enough for me to get down in here, because you can tell the water definitely flows down through here. But this turned out nice. It's a nice little pretty patch of woods right here. He wanted me to just kind of open up this area right here for like the kids to play in or whatever when they come back here, because it was pretty much an open area with no trees. We just kind of cleaned that up, and so we'll go back around and take a look at the backyard and see how that turned out. All right, got this little area right here cleaned up. We didn't do all of it because the neighbor over there wants a little privacy, so we left a little bit there. And got all this down through here. Just got the machine fueled up and greased, cleaned up. And we'll go around over here. And we're looking good. So we got all that cleaned up down through there and opened up all the way to the corner. Got that little trail back there. I got everything blown out of the grass. Got all that cleaned up. Oh, let's grab that. That's not supposed to be here. But I did get most of that blown out of the grass. So yeah, it's good. Got pretty good view to that field back there now. I talked to him about taking down some of those gums that are on the fence line, but because they're basically on the fence or growing through the fence, I would only be able to cut them down to level with the fence. And what would happen is that would not kill those gum trees, and then they would just start sprouting branches out of the stub, and then your visibility through there would be even worse. So we're going to leave those for now, because eventually they'll just grow straight up, and then they'll become just trees, and then you can trim the branches and have better visibility through there. But he wanted to save those Bradford pears, the two Bradfords, so we saved those, and then that one bigger gum tree in the middle. I think that looks nice through there. Some people, like I said, they really like the Bradfords. Some people hate them, some people love them. It's all your own choice, but they are, I believe they are invasive now to the state of South Carolina. This is North Carolina, but regardless, it all looks good, cleaned up nice. It's a nice big thicket of pines right there. A lot of gum trees in here too, but that was a lot of privet back in there, just a bunch of junk, but it all looks good. So this turned out nice. Beautiful afternoon out here. Sun going down. It's daylight savings time is over. I think it's over now. Is that what it is? It's ended. So now it like gets dark at like 6 o'clock. So it's about 4. We got everything done in here in about 6.5 hours today, 7 hours. So we'll see. Hopefully the neighbor over here wants some stuff done, but he's not home, so we'll maybe check him in the morning, depending on what he wants to do, and if we can do it or not, I have no clue. So we'll either do him, or we'll go to the relative's house about a half mile down the road. That's where I'm going right now to see what they want done, so stay tuned for that. I may combine these videos. We'll just see what happens. So we'll see what happens. Okay, here's the next project. So I thought we were going to be working for this neighbor over here, but it's actually this neighbor over here, and he owns this whole lot all the way through all these woods, all the way back to where I cut that trail through that hard bottom over there yesterday. So what he wants to do is cut a path through his property, because the right edge of that trail that I cut is basically the property line between this guy and the guy I was working for over here originally. He wants to cut a trail about as width of the machine, a walking trail, from here to where that path kind of comes out down there in that bottom where it made that left and went back that way. So that's what we're going to do. I've got it marked on Onyx, so we're just going to try to keep a line as clear as I can. It's about 60 yards, so let's get it cut. Okay, I think this is done. This looks pretty good. Got that opened up around that tree right there. Kind of did like a little double exit here coming out into this bottom. Got that cleaned up, so now that connects into the one I cut yesterday. And this all looks good through here. Didn't have to go but about 60 yards, so not too bad. Nothing too thick. So just moseyed my way right on through there and opened that up. So now they got a nice little walking path. All right, I gotta load this thing up and we gotta drive about a half mile down the road and go to the next project. So let's go do that. Okay, last project, and that breeze has picked up pretty good bit today. Not unliking that, because it's definitely a lot warmer out today. It's like November, first week in November, and it's still in like the 80s, and I am not cool with that. But anyway, all right, so here's what we're doing. So we're gonna take out this front section, corner to corner there, like where the brush starts and where it ends over there, just to these two trees. And then from this big tree here, whatever it is, we're just gonna shave this back all the way down this line, down there to about where like that trampoline and swing set is down there. So that's really about it. Not much to it, but we're gonna clean up this brush line and make this look good. So I'm just gonna combine all of this into one video, and that should be pretty cool. So let's get to this and we'll time lapse this out and see what it looks like when we're done. All right, guys, I got that done. The dog over here, he's not very happy with me. Actually, it might be a girl. I guess she's not liking the work, but I think it looks pretty good. And the grandmother's here, the owners are not, but she said everything looks good. And this is basically what they asked for. They just wanted that top cap cut, and then just from that big tree, just kind of shave that back and clean it up, and that's really it. So I'm gonna, I got the machine parked in the back. I'm gonna park the trailer right there, and I'll be back tomorrow to pick everything up and head back to the beach. So I'm gonna go, my parents are still out of town in Atlanta. I'm gonna try to go see my sister. She lives over in Raleigh, so go see her and my niece and nephew. So, but that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So that was a cool 3 projects that we got knocked out here. 6-hour round trip turned into 3 projects. I can't complain about that. And so I ended up splitting the transportation cost between all 3 owners. So the original client ended up getting a little bit of a discount. So that worked out well for him as well. So that worked out good for everybody. All right, more stuff to come. Got a lot more mulching work to do. We're gonna get back to the beach. Got some stuff with the skid steer coming up, so stay tuned. And I will check you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.